Alright, hello everybody. We are just getting things set up here with our Charlie, Delta, and Echo Silver teams. Should just be a few more minutes till we get dropped in here, so stick with us. We'll be right back with our first drops of the season right after these short breaks, so stick with us. right, welcome back, everybody. So we are first drop of this summer season. Should be a lot of fun. Just waiting to see how these teams do. Really excited to see how they kind of measure up against the rest of these teams from across the country. Should be a lot of fun to see how they do. Here is our Charlie team. Our Charlie team is made up of Stuka39. He's actually not here today. Hashtag Lasered and Mind of Reiner. Let's check on our Delta team here. Delta team is made up of Piercing Siren, PC4, Honeycrisp, PC5, and Jack Attack, PC6. Actually, it looks like we might have a duplicate stream there. Let me get that fixed up. First week of the season here, so just got to make sure everything is up and running. Looks like we'll get that. Let me get this situated. Just take a second here to make sure everything's up and running. PC4. PC5, PC6. So I'll work on. We might have to get a OBS up and running here pretty soon. That's what I think. We just got a duplicate stream coming across on the wire somewhere, but we'll get that taken care of. So this is our Delta team. Again, no engagements until later in the third zone, and then we'll be able to actually unleash people and allow them to engage. So it allows teams to kind of drop in and do a good job looting up, make sure everybody has plenty of opportunities for loot and to get loot, as well as to get a good complement of weapons before the actual matches take place. So we are missing some players today. Can you please write that down in the Fortnite rule violation channel? So we are, like I said, we are just working out some kinks here on this end with the stream, so my apologies with any of that. We're also down a coach today. His daughter's graduating from Penn State, so trying to run this solo, a little bit crazy. But again, no engagements this early in the zone. This is our Charlie team. So this Charlie team is made up of Stuka, Hashtagged, and Mind of Reiner. Stuka's not here today, so Mind of Reiner and Hashtag are the ones going to be playing. Stuka's just a drop the extra player in case we need them. Here you see our Delta team: Piercing Siren, Honeycrisp, and Jack Attack. Again, looks like we got the streams twisted a little bit. Looks like we're missing PC 5, so I might just have to go in there and get OBS started real quick. I'll be right back. Let me get that up and running. Alright, I am back. We should be able to get this stream fixed up here. Real-time troubleshooting, gotta love it. Week 1 of the season for everybody here. So let me find PC5. There it is. Alright, and just like that, we got all 3 members of our Delta team up here and streaming. So again, PC4, PC Siren, top left, Honeycrisp, top right, PC5, Jack Attack, PC6 at the bottom left. You'll notice the team name on the right hand side, so that's Team Delta. Let's swap over to Team Echo. Again, Team Echo here, we do not have a couple players here, so we've actually got 2 players on this Team Echo team. One of them is a Towson player, the other isn't able to be here today, so that's why we've got 1 player dropped in, then the 2 players are playing there. And then here's our Charlie team. We've got 2 players from Charlie team here today, Hashtagged and Mind of Reiner, and then we dropped in the 3rd player who couldn't be here today. He's on vacation. That's Stuka, and he's not here yet. So we got to wait until 3rd zone for the actual engagement to take place. That should be here hopefully pretty soon. Got looks like we got another few minutes or so. So a lot of opportunity since we got to wait till third zone. A lot of opportunity to gain weapons and loot, and it really puts the players close in together for any engagements that might happen. So I just want to make sure any shooting that is happening there, you see PC 18, that's hashtag, they are shooting, but that's an NPC they're shooting at, non-player. That's just a bot in the game. There's various NPCs throughout this game that you can eliminate. You can get rewards and points, give access to some pretty good loot, but they do shoot back. As you can see, PC 17 Mind of Reiner is taking some damage there. He actually takes heavy damage. And he actually gets knocked, but looks like hopefully his teammate will be able to clear him up. They are taking a lot of damage from this NPC. You do not want to be eliminated by an NPC, so you definitely have to pick your battles. Mind of Reiner's already eliminated, and again, the match hasn't started. Taken out by that NPC. You pick your battles and pick them wisely, unfortunately. So hashtag's going to try to clear this up, but this is clearly an NPC that needs to take a lot of damage in order to eliminate. So this is the most action you'll see in the early stages of the fight. Hopefully they survive this thing. Oh, and they get knocked. They're already out early. They picked a fight with an NPC, and they lost it. Now, they do have that third player they dropped on the map, so maybe they can get back in the fight. Let's check out Delta team. Again, nobody should be engaging anybody at this point. This is Piercing Siren, Honeycrisp, and Jack Attack. So this is your Delta team gathering match resources, moving across the map. Around the the Coney Crossroads area, heading toward the edge of circle. Looks like they're heading towards the Daily Bugle, which is right on the edge. Let's check on the Echo team here. Here's the Echo team. This is normally Slimy. I've actually Barebow playing for Slimy today. Little Dog couldn't be here, and Reese the Beast is a Towson player. We'll work on getting his stream up too. So again, this is first drop, 2 drops every week, 8 seasons throughout the week. There you can see they've got a couple players down there. They were able to jump onto that other NPC there, or that other player that they dropped in there, since their third teammate wasn't able to show up. So they should maybe be able to get the reboot cards and get them back into the fight. So that was a tough NPC to fight. I think they learned their lesson. They might need to do a better job teaming up their fires, massing their fires on that one. All right, checking out the Delta team here. Looks like they did move their way to the Beagle, the Daily Bugle, I should say. They do have one of those personnel cannons there, so they're using that to transition across the map. I like what this team is doing, setting themselves up nicely to kind of move across the map. You can see they're all moving in tandem, kind of across this map together, doing a good job moving towards this blue house here. So they look to be in pretty good shape. They're doing a pretty good job. I'd like to see a little bit more shields topped off, but they have enough time to when zones open. All right, let's check in on Echo team here. Again, they had the players drop out. They are moving their way toward. Actually, it looks like Storm took over a zone, but they were able to pick up that other player. Looks like they did manage to get each other back in the match. So we'll see that other player here in just a second. So the helicopters are back on the map. If you just saw that fly overhead, there are helicopters, so pretty interesting. All right, checking back in on Charlie team here. So it looks like they're shooting again. That's again an NPC. Got to be really careful those NPCs. Again, this is Stuka hashtagged and Mind of Reiner. He does have the reboot cards there, so he should be able to get them back in the fight with this reboot van. So pretty lucky there to be able to get themselves back into this thing this late in it. Back to Delta team, rotating around the map. We still have some time till third zone. You can see how far our third zone is still away. We still got a few more minutes.
Storm Surge should be happening fairly soon.
So we should be getting Storm Surge, so we'll kind of keep an eye out for Storm Surge. We will get Storm Surge. There's Storm is shrinking. So we should get the Storm Surge. Let me go warn the kids that that'll probably be coming before the actual engagement.
Fighting is allowed. Fighting is allowed.
All right, back. Just let the kids know that they can engage. Found the Delta team here. They're going to hunker down here in the bush. Wait to see what happens. Charlie team here finishing up their reboot. Looks like they did get their reboot and back in the fight. Echo team, let's check in on them, see if they're doing any engagements here. They're moving across the map. So far, no engagements at this time. So I'll just cycle between, try to catch any engagements that might happen here. Again, Delta team here, hunkered down in the bush. Storm Surge happens anytime you have, I think it's less than 70 in the lobby. Storm Surge will happen in order to encourage the engagements to take place more often. It makes more damage from the storm for those players that have done less engagement and done less damage on the enemy. All right, back to Echo team here. Again, Echo team is Slimy, Little Dog, and Reese the Beast. Reese the Beast is playing from Towson today. Alright, back to Charlie team here. Looks, trying to see, PC 17, looks like he might have got knocked. I'm trying to see what happened here. I know they jumped computers. So looks like he got knocked. They jumped to computers a couple times because they had that spare, and that one player is going to get picked off. So it's hard to tell who is who. It's either Ashtagged or Mind of Reiner in the top right corner. They do get a knock. They should be able to pick up this elimination, but fire's coming down, raining down high, and he's being double teamed and he's tagged. So he's going to be knocked. So they did get elimination there, though. So nice job with that. Switch over to the Delta team here. They do seem to be kind of hunkering down this bush, maybe going for placement, but kind of camping this bush. They got eyes on these opposing teams. They don't necessarily want to draw themselves out, though. They're playing more of a waiting game here. Excuse me. So they're trying to figure out if they just want to hunker down here or they actually want to engage. Let's switch over to the Echo team, see how they're doing. Echo team's doing a pretty good job holding things down here. Don't seem to be getting in too much trouble. Just over the Charlie team. Looks like just one member of Charlie team left after that engagement. PC 19 again jumped over to that. Let's shift over to Delta team, see if they're engaging. The PC 6 Jack Attack shooting some fires. They do have somebody right outside the bush. Let's see if they had to push. They are pushing in here. PC 4 and 5 pushing in on this build of this opposing team. They're trying to make some moves here. They know they need to get some eliminations. Using that lifesaver to kind of break up some of those walls, trying to move in on that opposing player and knock down their builds. You can see the fires coming in, though. See, they get the player, and PC5 does get the knock. Honeycrisp gets a knock, and they should be able to pick up this elimination. They need to finish that player off. And they do get the elimination there, so good job by the Delta team. Good job there, PC5, Honeycrisp on getting that elimination. Let's check in on the Echo team here. So every point counts, every elimination is critically important. Echo teams here in this build. Doesn't look like they're getting in too much action. Let's check on the Charlie team here. Charlie team placed 20th place. They had a little trouble with that NPC, never really recovered from that. So good try by our Charlie team. We'll get back into it next time. Hopefully they'll maybe pick another team to rumble with. Check on back with Echo. Echo here's building up for hunkering down. Let's check on Delta team here. They're going to use the can't remember what it's called off the top of my head. Basically, it blasts you up in order to kind of reposition you on the map, but it definitely draws a lot of attention. You can see they're taking fires as they bounce up and respawn up in the sky in order to kind of get a fresh drop. It's a good way to escape enemy contact, but you definitely have to find a safe place to land when you're down. All right, so this is our Echo team here. Again, normally Slimy, Little Dog, and Reese the Beast, but we just have one player in center today. The other one's in Towson. All right, back to Charlie team. See how they're making out here. Charlie team again. Yeah, they were down 20th place earlier. Oh, big knock there. Oh, and they got a whole trio push up on them, 15th place. But I know they got at least one elimination, maybe two. So good start for that Delta team there. They've done a good job. So we just got Echo team remaining while he heals up in the bush. So just to kind of a quick recap, Charlie finished in 20th place. They had a battle with an NPC that they wish they could take back. Delta team did a good job rotating around the map nicely. Did get an elimination, maybe two. So good start. So we'll get them queued up for the second drop. And 14th place. Sorry, missed that one. I'm seem to be missing all the action today. A lot going on. So that's going to be 14th place finish for the Echo team, but we'll get things set up. We got one more drop after this, so stick with us. We'll be right back with the rest of the action. Let me actually pull up the headquarters stream here, and we'll actually stream that here in a second.
Some more shotgun shots in the distance. Superstar Avon looks like he got another elimination there. Looks like he got two actually. Props to him. We're seeing Salt Lake City here, left as a duo. Still trying to decide if they want to take that lightsaber into zone. They do have to rotate now, so they're running out of time. Looking at AJ and Doom Baby. They are spraying at an opposing team trying to rotate in. It looks like they're actually going to rotate
I think,
out.
yeah, they might be just going for this loot while the team is above them. And it seems to be working out, although they might get spotted here. The zone is getting pretty small, 20 players left. Yep, they were spotted, unfortunately.
AJ gets taken down. Boom. Doom Baby gets taken down. This is the last remaining player of that trio. We're seeing a lot of teams engaging outside of the zone. The zone is closing in 30 seconds till that zone does close. So these guys are going to need to wrap things up as quickly as possible so they can kind of minimize the amount of damage that they end up taking. Unless, of course, they do have white heals, but it doesn't look like our player is carrying any at the moment. Probably going to see him rotate in as we speak. We got Nightbox Dew. He is here with Last Shogunate and Typhoon Sniper. They are backed up in the part of zone that I guess I'd call as the dead side. Maybe not.
Yeah, I mean, we're gonna find out as soon as this zone closes where it moves to, so I think that's gonna be more important than the current situation. And they did get a decent pull, although it's a pretty central zone next. Looks like use the shock grenade.
We do have a player here who seems to be playing really skilled. I would definitely recommend this player try out the gold division. I don't know about your observations, Mantis, but that's just the way it seems to me.
Yeah, I mean, at this point,
You can double triple at it, and he knows the
game
game sense. That's really nice to see. I'd love for him to try his hand with higher competition. Oh, and he gets that full elimination.
Seem to be confident. But yeah, no, he just went in there and got that elim, very smooth. Looks 8 players remaining. That is
Oh my gosh.
duo, a trio, and 2 more players.
Our player's sitting in the bush right now. This is a Chapter 1 OG tactic right here. Oh, unfortunately gets spotted out. XPL Salt Lake City
very
gets his
small
shield
bush.
ripped off. Oh my
A little too
gosh.
small to
She's
hide
down to
him.
a sliver of HP. Up, there it is. Not much
Unable
he can
to
do
get
with that
out.
building. He
Yeah.
did have sufficient builds, but maybe he just wasn't thinking about that. Was just trying to run away, potentially. But you know, in this game, you want to try to minimize the amount of risk. There's enough RNG in this game as there, you know, as is.
Yeah, and I mean, this is the environment to learn how to play it.
Oh, there's that shield crack and that elimination
Ooh,
on
man.
Anonymous
Knock,
265.
yep.
Shogunate and his team's trying to rotate in right now, Mantis.
Yeah, it's still a trio. They are definitely gonna have good control over this last fight.
There it is.
It's 3v1. Yep, there's honestly no chance for the last player. We don't know where he is yet. Looks like he's actually really close by in the center of the zone.
It's permissible. He's the last remaining
Yeah.
player.
I don't think he has a chance. He is just going for time here, but I mean, he can't win any farther unless
He
he
does
doesn't,
have
unless
some
he gets any
materials.
eliminations. Yeah. He could go for a destruction there on the structure, but they will definitely
He
find
might
him.
just be trying to take height here, which would be the ideal
Yeah.
thing to do in a 1v3 situation. However, he's gonna have to be careful about not getting
Yeah.
knocked down.
He's doing like a stealth height take right now.
It's
It
working.
looks like, yeah, no, they dropped, I'm pretty sure. And he does actually have height. That was such a weird rotation. We've never seen that.
They actually
Oh,
get
they have
out.
spotted him. No, yeah.
Permissible is in zone right now. He's about to build fight an opposing player. He does pull out that lightsaber. He's ready to take a few swings. He is currently fighting one
Trying
other
to find
player,
a
but his
way up.
team should be catching up as well. Looks like he's being chopped as well, so he needs to be careful
Yeah.
about just continuing to go higher and higher.
If the whole team focuses him right now,
Ooh.
he's got no chance. And there
And
it
it's
was.
Nightbox Stew who's going to take home that elimination for the victory royale. GG's and well played. It actually, this whole team managed to stay alive as an entire trio that whole time, Mantis.
Yeah. Yeah.
GG's and well played. But I would definitely recommend Knight try the gold division. It definitely looked like he was quite confident there and really comfortable with his strategy and mechanics as well. He got a high elimination round, so that's, you know, good to see for him. Good, congratulations to that team for winning.
Yeah. Awesome
Curious
work.
to see how this second game is going to go. You know, players and coaches are probably adjusting their game strategies and rotations to, you know, kind of make it easier for them to rotate in further rounds here.
Yep. Learn from what has happened. See what will work. That's what this scrim is for.
Yep, precisely. So actually, we're getting things ready for game number 2, ladies and gentlemen. We should have the same amount of people. It should be around 82 players. And we'll be covering that game very shortly while we wait for everyone to get queued in. If you guys are interested in joining XP League, be sure to head over to the website. It's going to be xpleague.gg. Once again, the website is xpleague.gg. There you can find information on the nearest center to you, so you guys can check it out in person for yourselves. Or maybe there's a location that does offer remote if that's what you're looking for as well. So both offerings are going to be for in-person, in-center, as well as online. And there's quite a few locations scattered across the United States and parts of Canada. So we definitely recommend that you check out that map. The games that we do currently cover are Overwatch, Rocket League, Valorant, and Fortnite. We are going to be adding in some other games in the future with the expansion of more players. But hopefully, you know, we'll be able to cover games like Apex, League of Legends, you know, who knows, maybe Minecraft. There's a demand. XP League will meet it. But anyways, guys, we'll be back for game number 2. Don't go anywhere.
All right, welcome back, everybody. There, I got a little bit of echo here. We should be getting ready for our second drop here. So this is the second drop of our first round match here with our Hanover Horde, Charlie, Delta, and Echo teams taking on the teams from across the country. So here you see our Charlie team. This is made up of Stuka, Hashtag, and Mind of Reiner. Stuka actually isn't here. We got somebody subbing in for him. PC 17, PC 18 is Hashtagged. PC 19 is Mind of Reiner. So that's your Charlie team. Looks like they went for the Zeppelin landing, the blimp landing. This is our Delta team. Delta team, PC 4 is Piercing Siren. PC 5 is Honeycrisp. PC 6 is Jack Attack. So it looks like they are going to be landing at the Joneses. And let's check out our Echo team here. Echo team is made up of Slimy, Little Dog, Reese the Beast. Reese the Beast is actually playing from Towson. I was able to get his feed in here at PC 16. Slimy's not here. We got somebody subbing in for Slimy. And then Little Dog's not here either, but we got somebody. We dropped a spare gamer there. This is a tough weekend for a lot of people to get off. Lots of vacations, holidays, and it's just bad weather out there too. So that's our Charlie, Delta, and Echo teams. These make up our silver teams. Here for our summer season. Let's check back in on Charlie. They're coming down from the blimp. Again, we got 3 zones. The third storm zone you can engage, but because we have a certain number of players in the lobby, I think it's more than 70 players in the lobby, you're going to get storm surge before the third zone. Once storm surge happens, then you can start to engage the other teams. You can't engage the other teams before then, or else you might get a penalty. So again, watching Stuka, Hashtagged, and Mind of Reiner here. They are at Tilted Towers. They start at the blimp. They work their way down. All right, let's check in on the Delta team. Delta team, Piercing Siren, Honeycrisp, Jack Attack, still here at the Joneses. Jonesy, one of the main initial characters in the Fortnite series. So a big part of these early phases of the match are really all about looting up as much as possible, getting as many weapons, heals, health shields in your inventory, as well as ammunition, getting yourself ready for the fight that's ultimately going to happen. So because there are no engagements during this phase, it's really important that they spend as much time getting their inventories packed up as much as possible. You can see the lightsabers are back in the game. They were in a few seasons ago. Now they're back. Kids tend to love the lasers, the lightsabers, I should say. There's also helicopters back in the match. We saw a couple helicopters floating around previously, so really interesting to see that. All right, this is our Echo team. This is Slimy, Little Dog, and Reese the Beast. And missing a player, so we dropped in that spare player just in case one of these 2 players get eliminated. They can jump in on that spare player and potentially use him in the match. We saw that play out last round when switching over to the Charlie team. The Charlie team here ended up running into The Rock. For those who don't know, The Rock he's not in every single movie and TV show on nowadays. He's also in Fortnite and a really formidable NPC. He actually took out a couple of the players previously in the previous match. So they learned their lesson. Stay away from The Rock. Probably a good moral for real life and in video games. So this is again Stuka, Hashtagged, and Mind of Reiner. You can see there's a helicopter up there. PC-19 took a shot at the helicopter. Not sure why he did that. That could result in a penalty. So that might have just been a violation. We heard again, you can't shoot anybody else outside of NPCs, so it could come into play there. All right, here's our Delta team: Piercing Siren, Honeycrisp, Jack Attack. If you look at the number next to the PC4, Piercing Siren is PC4 in the top left, PC5, Honeycrisp is in the top right, Jack Attack PC6 in the bottom left. So they're doing a really nice job staying together. They're moving out of Joneses. You can see on the map that little white line, that's a circle. They're moving to stay inside the circle. A lot of what we talk about in practice is positioning within the circle, making sure you're using the storm to try to give a good indication on where the other players might be. All right, the Echo team here. Looks like they're trying to execute one of these missions. There's lots of little missions and little side missions you can accomplish to get some special loot that's available throughout the map. These missions, you can kind of accept these missions. Looks like they've got one of 3 stages done in whatever mission they accepted, and usually at the end you get some type of weapon, some type of capability. So something we talked to the kids about during the match too was use of the rift. We saw I think it was the Echo team use the rift early in the engagement. Because of that, it definitely drew a lot of attention. Rift is when you deploy this rift, it drops you off just like you would drop you off at the beginning of the match. You kind of float down, and a lot of the other players can see where you land, and that's exactly what happened. The use of the rift, they landed, and then the other trio pushed in on that Echo team trio and took them out pretty quickly. So strategic use of that rift is really important. All right, so this is our Charlie team. Switching over to the Delta team here. Good job. We still have a minute 20 seconds until the storm ends. They're looking pretty good. I'd like to see more shields. You can see in the bottom left-hand corner of each one of those. You can see the little blue bar, the little green bar. The blue bar is shields, the green bar is health. So you want to be topped off on those by the time you get an engagement. You also want a nice complement of loot. Hear a lot of screaming in there. Not sure if there's something going on here. They're really close to this other team. We usually recommend they stay away from these other players here. Looks like maybe a reboot just happened, but being close to these other players is only going to cause potential issues and potential violations. So week 1, lots to work on, lots to kind of focus on. You can see how much tension is around this reboot van right now. So we'll work on that with them. Move back over to the Delta team. Hopefully they don't get any violations. They're in the Charlie team. Delta team's doing a good job. They're staying away from other teams. They're rotating a lot, rotating quickly. So they're doing a good job. Position themselves here at the Sanctuary, which is in Storm, which is where you want to be. All right, so switching over to the Echo team here. Right, so they're doing a good job. Should be, let's see, another minute and a half, and then we might get a Storm Surge. There's elimination there. Let me see what's going on. Did Storm Surge happen? Maybe Storm Surge happened. I didn't recognize it. Back to Delta here. Delta team's doing a good job bunkering down. Switching back over to Charlie team here. Charlie team. What's going on? Oh, they're engaging NPCs. That's what it is. You can see the little, exclamation points above their head. That indicates they're NPCs. So that's what they're taking out. They're taking out IO guards. I got worried for a second. And here's the Echo team. Echo team's doing a good job. They're at Coney Crossroads, moving toward Circle. You can see they're not quite in Circle yet, so something they need to get there and position themselves before the zone fully closes and puts them in a position where they need to move. All right, back to Charlie team. Looks like somebody got knocked. PC-17. That's Stuka. It's actually not Stuka, but they did complete stage, or they're on stage 3 of 3. There's a little side mission that they have, so he's still engaging those IO guards and eliminating them. Delta team here, Piercing Siren, Honeycrisp Jack Attack. They're moving north of the Sanctuary. You can see how far that storm has moved, and they should be getting Storm Surge here in a second. So once we get the Storm Surge, I'll run in there and let them know. that they need to be, they can start to engage. So it should be, and there's Storm Surge. Let them know. Alright, so Storm Surge has been activated. I'll try to flip through these as quick as possible. Eliminations happen real quick here. You can see the Echo team, they've actually got a bead on a team PC16, kind of eyeing things up. He's going to move down on them, so is the little dog. Following Charlie team here. They're transitioning, kind of hunkering down here in this build. Smartly moving. Let's check out the Delta team here. Delta team using this high grass, using some concealment, moving around fairly close together. Looks like Jack Attack needs to get in with his teammates here. Switching over to the Charlie team here. I heard a lot of talk. Oh, big knocks there. Charlie team, Stuka, hashtag, Mind of Reiner. Looks like they were knocked down. PC19. Is the only one left in this fight, but he's taking heavy damage, shooting the opposing player, trying to get that elimination before he's taken out. Not sure if he'll be able to make his way out or not. He is, they're going to place 25th, but they did pick up an elimination on the way out of the storm. So early exit for the Charlie team, but they did get a point on the board. So good job. Switching over to the Delta team here. Piercing Siren, Honeycrisp, Jack Attack. Jack Attack working his way back towards his teammates. Looks like they got a little separated, but looks like he's moving that way. Does find a nice gold blaster there. And moving over to the Echo team here. Echo team is moving on another team. You can see raining down fires PC14. Slimy. Actually, that's one of the substitutes because Slimy wasn't able to make it in today. Doing a good job putting some accurate fires down from up top on the roof. Let's check back into the Delta team. Again, Charlie team's been eliminated. Just Delta and Echo still in the fight at this point. Looks like a Delta team's going to be hunkered down there using the grass as concealment. Echo team moving across the way here. Looks like they might be moving in on another team. Gets good accurate fires coming down. PC14, top left. PC16, which is Reese to Beast, is moving right along with them. Again, this is just a duo. They didn't have the third player on their team. Let's check back in on Delta team here. Delta team still hunkering down in the grass. They feel they've got a good spot. You know, don't want to chase out if they're comfortable there. Switch back over here to Echo team. They did get an elimination there. They got eyes on another player, PC14, using that sniper rifle, trying to pie the corner there, trying to get that, chase him out from behind the tree. They've got a good bead on him. Both of them raining fires in the same. They do get a heavy knock as he moves towards that drop, that balloon drop. They're going to push in here. He's going to bunker down with the metal. They're going to come in through the wooden roof here. Blast away. He's going to get out of there. They're going to try to chase him down. This guy's good at running and hiding from them. Trying to close out this elimination. While they're working on that, let's check back in on Delta team here. Still holding out here in the high grass. Again, Piercing Siren, Honeycrisp, Jack Attack. Playing the waiting game. Oh, big knock there. PC14 gets knocked, but they do pick up the elimination there. They get another elimination. 2 eliminations for the Echo team here. Oh, and they tried to get a third. They got a 17th place finish, but they got a couple of eliminations along the way. So good job there to get themselves in position to at least pick up a couple points in that round. All right, so Team Delta. Team Delta, Piercing Siren, Honeycrisp, and Jack Attack still in this, moving nicely together as a trio. I like the movement. I like how close they are together. That's what we want to see. So if you're just joining us to try to catch the gold team matches, they'll be right after this. Heavy fires coming in. Jack Attack takes a little bit damage. He's going to have to hunker down here. Putting down fires, PC4, Piercing Fire, and shooting back up the hill. They got the low ground. This might be an opportunity to rotate out. Piercing Siren gets knocked. Honeycrisp moving over towards her. Jack Attack gets knocked too. He's going to have to hunker down, and 14th place finish. Good try by our Delta team here. So that is going to be our 2 drops for this week. Lots to work on at practice. We will get that going next week. With more drops. Lots to work on at practice, but we'll get set up for our gold matches. Thanks for tuning in. We'll see you next time for round 2. Take care.